Hello everybody. Today for art, we are going to make baby snowy owls. Okay, so I know in the instructions, the owls are flipped. The paper is horizontal, and there's 3 of them. I'm going to do my paper vertical, and I think I'm only going to do 1 today. But what you're going to need for that is some black paper and some brown paper. It can even be a paper lunch bag, kind of crinkled up or drawn on to look like a branch. You're going to need some white paint, a clothespin with a pom-pom to make your owl. You're also going to need some gold glitter glue and a sponge brush. Now this is optional if you want to put stars in your sky around your owl. You'll need a glue stick, and if you have the crinkly paper in your paper, you will also need liquid glue. You need brown construction paper, white paper, and orange construction paper that you can cut out, as well as a little bit extra black, so that way you can make the eyes. Okay, and you might need a Sharpie, you might not, depending upon if you decide to draw on your branch. Alright, so the first thing I am going to do is I am going to draw my branch. I have these already pre-created creases that I'm just going to emphasize. So I'm just going to draw along my branch here. Okay, and the cool thing about using crinkled up paper is that it already has texture, so I don't really need to add any of the extra swirlies in there, because it already has some of that texture to it, okay, that the swirlies and things we're trying to add to your paper. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue to the back of my log, okay, and I'm just going to drizzle it. Help if I open the glue. Just going to drizzle it kind of around the higher points that are actually going to end up sticking to the paper. That way, you know, my log sticks to my paper. Okay? So then I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to stick it down in my paper. And then wherever it sticks, wherever it lays. Yeah, that's just gonna be how it is. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pom-pom and my paint, and I'm going to create my owl. Okay? The beauty with owls and things is that, especially baby owls, is they're just giant puffballs. So it really doesn't matter where you go with your paint, and as long as it's in an oval shape. Okay, so start here, and I'm just gonna work my way up, and I am one who prefers to like outline things first, so I'm gonna outline my big old fluffy owl here. And, you know, if you want to make skinny owls, that would be fine, but they do live up in the Arctic, so I would figure, you know, they'd be kind of fluffy because they have to stay warm. And for me, I do much better with an outline, and then I can fill it in from there, because that's just kind of how it goes. So, filling in my owl. This paint makes a funny sound. Alright. And I mean, if you decide that you're done filling him in and you still have pieces left, or parts left, that's okay. This is your owl. However you want to fill him in, however you want to make him, is up to you. You know, we aren't making it for you, you're making it. Alright, so now that I have my owl all shaped out, I'm going to create the eyeballs. And this is where I need my glue stick. Okay, so the brown goes on the back, and then the black, and then the white. Okay, so I'm going to take my black piece, and I'm just going to rub it on top of my glue stick, try and get it all the way covered, and then I'm going to stick it onto the brown piece somewhere, and then same with the white. Okay, I'm going to stick it on there, and then I'm going to stick it right there. Now I'm going to create my second eyeball. So the black piece of paper gets the glue first, and then the white piece. And the white little dot, I used a hole punch for, to create that little dot for the eyeball. So, I now have my eyes. They don't necessarily look even, and that's okay. However you want your eyes to be is how you have your eyes, or however they end up is how they are. So, with the glue stick, I'm going to stick them onto my owl. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the black. I'm just going to rub it around on the glue stick, because I feel like I have better control that way. I'm going to put one eyeball down. Alright, and here's the second one. If you want your owls to be cross-eyed and look goofy, if you want them to try and look straight ahead, that's fine too. If you want them looking off to the side, however you want them to be is how they are. Alright, so I have my owl eyes. Now, I need my owl beak, which is just a little triangle cut out of the orange construction paper. And once again, I'm going to put glue on the back. And I'm going to stick it on my owl. Alright, so now my owl is complete. Whoop, I'm moving his nose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this glitter glue and add some stars into the background and up into the sky. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, because I'm going to spread it out with the sponge. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to squeeze real hard, and just kind of do a U shape around the eyeball. We'll start with that. Okay, so I'm going to take my sponge now, and I'm just going to spread around the glitter. Spread around the glitter glue, and that will create your stars up in the sky. Now I may need more glue up top where there's bigger spaces. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see as I spread it around and hope that most of the glitter actually ends up back on the paper instead of in the sponge. Okay, so I'll kind of just dab it around and see where we go. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have enough glitter all around my owl for my liking. If you decide you want more glitter, no glitter, you know, that is totally up to you. Alright, guys. So, there we have it. We have our fluffy baby owl. Okay? Now, like I said, you can definitely make this so where you're making 3 owls. You can do the 1. You could do 2 if you wanted to. They can all be on the same branch, for sure. So, I hope you guys enjoy being able to use the pom-poms and the sponge and squishing things onto the paper. I hope you enjoy the crinkling of the paper and everything else. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.